Well, good evening, everyone. It was almost time. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hunter, Hunter, are you there? Hunter, there's another request. Can I give that to you? Let's see what I got here. If I can get this machine to work here. Yeah, I think. Um, let's see. Um,
Prueba de mapa elemento.
so, Miss Whitehead, are you here? I know you can't talk, but if you're here, are you there? I guess not. Hunter, it might be a minute or two. I got to get permission. We'll try to anyway. All right. Alma, are you here? Alma Garcia?
Yes, I'm here.
Mark you in. Been doing any swimming lately?
No, not lately. Been busy.
Yeah, I know that feel. Amanda.
I'm here.
Amanda, so does Best Buy sell calculators?
Yes, we do.
Which one is that? Anyone?
I'm not sure who all has them in stock, but probably all of them.
Okay. I had a student today that said that they didn't have any or didn't sell them. I don't think they were clear. Angelica, you there? Angelica? No, Angelica. How about Emma?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Let's see who else. Holly?
I'm here.
Hunter Block, I know you're here, so you don't need to call. Ouch, I got you. I'm getting pretty good. I appreciate it. Indira,
Yes, I'm here.
how are you?
Indira.
Are you good?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Jamie, how about you?
I'm here.
Excuse me. Correction. Nikki.
Yes, I'm here.
Nikki, I appreciate your patience.
No problem. Thanks.
Are you working now?
No, still not working.
Okay. Let's see. Jennifer.
I'm here.
Joshua.
I'm here.
Joshua, I got a note here. What does SISH stand for?
SISH.
Yeah.
I honestly have no clue.
I wonder. I put that in this note. What did you tell? Oh, it's not that. It's FISH.
Oh yeah, fishing. Yeah.
Yeah. The lake's got a lot of rain this last couple days, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Lillian. Lillian, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Marissa.
Yes.
Good deal. I got you too. So remember I mentioned one name. Let's see. Angelica Marino. Remind me all because she hadn't responded. So I'm gonna have to Angelica, go to make sure she's on board here. All right. Marissa.
Yes.
Did I mark you in already? I guess I already did for some reason. I don't know how that ended up. So if I want a fireplace built or something like that, I could call on your company. Is that right, Marissa?
Yeah, you can actually.
All right. Monica.
Hello, present.
Monica, I don't have any note on you. Tell me something real quick about you.
I'm a massage therapist.
You're what?
A massage therapist. I do mobile massage. I'm going to school to become a lawyer. And that's it I can think of.
Okay. What do you do for fun?
I watch TV series. Might read a book. Sit outside on the porch. I love sitting outside.
Very good. All right. Let's see. Who else do I have? Reba.
I'm here.
How are you tonight, Reba?
I'm good. How are you?
I think I'm okay. You like in Texas still?
Sorry?
You like Texas?
Yeah.
Okay. Rebecca, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
The reason I asked you like Texas because you said you moved here. So anyway,
Yeah, I did like 2 months back.
it's a unique place, but once you get here, it sure is big. You can find things all around. If you don't like it one spot, you can go to another usually. Rosio. Sorry, Rebecca. You want to say something? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm here.
Okay. So Rosio, if I get in trouble, can I call you with my car?
Yeah. I'll just call my husband, but yeah, you could do that.
And he'll tow me?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow. You know, your husband's job, they're hard to find sometimes. Guys are in demand.
Yeah. Yeah, especially during those water storm those really bad storms last week. He's pretty busy.
Yes. Let's see. Ryan. Ryan, my video guy.
I'm here.
Sharon, how about you?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then Vanessa. Let's see, Vanessa. And I'm still missing. Let's see. Angelica, I believe. Angelica, can you hear me? And then Miss Whitehead. Let's see if we got anything back. Checking one note. Sharon, I got you, Sharon. You're good with me here. I marked you in. All right. So for my notes, are we meeting on Labor Day, you guys?
No, sir.
Okay, it's good with me. The syllabus says we're not, so I just want to make sure everybody knows that. All right. Sharon, I think we got a squeak coming from you. Thank you. All right. I don't know. It sounds like, Sharon, you must have a bird or something back there. I don't know what it is. All right. I've got the book all picked up and I should be ready to go. Have you ever seen this page before? What is that animal? Does anybody know what that is?
It's a polar bear.
It's not a big dog. Nope. Had to be a polar bear. All right. I'd tell you the story about my experience with a mountain lion, but it would be hard to believe, but it's true. But anyway, I'll tell you something. Anyway, this is HIV. It's a virus, and they attack the T cells in your body, which is your infection fighters. And this is salary, and this is a graph. It's a bar graph, histogram, in which you have the X's being names and not numbers. And the Y being numbers in millions of dollars. So you all can tell who makes the most money there. And if you think it's Howard Stern, I don't know if it is anymore. Oprah was making a ton of money, but they all make pretty good money. You can see that. That's in millions of dollars in 1 year. Can you imagine making that kind of money? Wow. I mean, really, some people do. Now, if you look at the very bottom of the page, you'll see the ordered pairs with a name and a number. It's a little bit different, but that's what you have. Here they are. Now, the X is always the domain. The range is always Y. That's critical. Most people think of the domain as always being horizontal because it's the X, but we'll talk about that later, but that'll be one that's on the test, and the review will set you straight on how to interpret that. Now we're going to start talking about functions. Let me give you the best way to understand these things, or a good way, I think. Maybe it's not the best, but I think it's pretty good. Monica, you can't see anything? Can anybody see my chart?
I can see, I think you just went to the whiteboard. I can see that now.
Yeah, I'm going to the whiteboard now. Monica, can you see that?
Yes, I can see the whiteboard is blank.
Okay. So let's say I have Monica here. Here's Monica. And we'll put the hunter on here. And let me pick one more person. Someone who I know won't be too upset with me if I pick their name. I think I can find one. Let's see. Erica's here. I need to mark her in, but I don't have her getting home. I'll pick Holly just for the heck of it. I don't know why I just picked you out. Now, I'm going to call these our X's. Let's say their birthday is a Y. Let's say Monica's is in January, Hunter's in March, Holly's in August. Now, this would be a function because every X has a different Y. That's what you would think. But no, the best definition is X has only one Y. So if I add one more person here, let's say Ryan. And his birthday is also in January. This is still a function because Monica and Ryan can have the same birthday. But Ryan can't have two birthdays. So just think, the X can only have one Y. So it would look like this in an order pair. Excuse me, sneezed. If I have an ordered pair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they look like this. And 7, 8. By definition, excuse me, since each X has only a separate Y and one Y, it's a function. Now, if I wrote 1, 3 here, now this is no longer a function. Why? Because one has a 2 and one has a 3. So from another perspective, if X has 2 Ys, it's not a function. Does that kind of make sense to everyone? Can you all hear me or see me?
Yes, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Okay. Let's go to something else here. Let me do one other thing. Go back to it. Let's say I drew something. And I wanted you to tell me if mathematically this is a function. The answer would be this. It is a function if you draw a vertical line through it and it can only hit it once. So this is a yes. This one's a yes, but this is a no bueno because the vertical line goes through it twice. That's the easiest way to tell if it's a function. So now under these little bubble things, you can see where Stern, Cowell, Beck, Winfrey, some of them have the same salaries. These are functions. Why? Because Stern doesn't have two 95s. Now, if you change it and make the Y's the X's, like in the second figure, figure 2.3b, 95 is mapped to Stern and to Cowell. It has two Y's. It's not a function. Same thing with Winfrey. And now here's the ordered pairs. And based on what I said, you can tell A is obviously a function, but look at B. There's 2 6s that each have a different number, so it's no bueno. Not a function. Now, determine whether each equation defines Y as a function of X. Well, the bottom line is this. If you were to put this in the calculator, you could tell graphically if it is. In explaining this again, look at Y here in B. It has a plus or minus situation. it can't possibly be a function because it has the x has two different y's. So as you can see there in the last sentence, it says, for this reason, the equation does not define y as a function of x. Now, if you're not clear on that, don't worry, because we'll cover it again more, but it should be clear as we move on further and further. Now, this is functional notation. Let me share with you functional notation. Let me give you the easy version of it. And then it'll get a little bit more complicated, but not much. I want to make this easy for you. Let's say I write y equals x plus 3. That's a function. No, not quite. It's an equation and it's a line. Now to change this to a function, I'm just going to move y and write it like this. F of x. Now it's a function. You're going to say, well, what's the difference? There isn't any, except for use f of x. So if I say f of x equals x plus 3, what is f of x? It's really y. Now, in making this even a little bit more defined or refined, I'm going to make x here a 5. Now, the 5 part represents the x. It's plugged into the equation as a 5. But the 5 is not by itself, it's x, but f of 5 is y. So f of 5 in this equation would equal 8. So this is how it's called the function. When you have f of 5, the 5 plugs into the x, and that gives you your y. Now, let's go back to what the book says. Now, they give you the equation here. You can see it. F of x equals x, that long equation there, 0.012 x squared minus 0.0. Notice there's an interesting thing about this. First of all, they want you to plug in 30, and that's fine. If x is 0 in this equation, what is y? You just got to plug in 0 or x's. What is y? No, x is 0.
Okay.
If x is 0 in this equation that you see up here, what is y? Somebody should be able to see that. Guys, what is 0 squared?
It's 13.5, right? Oh wait, no.
No, what is 0 squared? Does anybody know?
0.
Zero.
And 0 times anything is what?
0.
Okay, so look at this line. 0.012 times 0 minus 0.2 times 0. What's left over?
8.7.
So if x is 0, y is 8.7. Always. That is your y-intercept. That is your y-intercept. Anytime you make your x 0, that's your y-intercept. So this is your f of x. You put the number into the function, and you get your y. They make it look real complicated. But look at my function. My function was simple. Y equals x plus 3. And by the way, If x is 0 in this case, what is y? If x is 0 here,
Would it be the 3?
absolutely, Lillian. Absolutely. And thank you for answering. So now look, if I write y equals x plus 3 and plug this into our calculator, we know that the y-intercept has to be simply 3. It's the easiest equation in the world. Watch. I'm going to go here. I think I pulled it up earlier. No, it's got to be somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is. I hit my calculator somewhere. There you go. We're going to go to y equals. We're going to put in x plus 3. Correction. We'll start out with x. Plus 3. We're going to graph it. Now, I said the y-intercept is 0, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, if you didn't believe that, we could go to second and it'll give us the table. Boom. This table. There it is. 0, 3. Now, also, you get negative 3, 0, but that's the x-intercept. The other one was the y-intercept. Notice if you have a number in the x position with a 0 in the y, that's always an x-intercept. If you have a number in the y position and a 0 in the x, that's the y-intercept. So we get what? Negative 3, 0 for x. Let's just check. Here it is, negative 3, 0. Uno, dos, tres, 0. Now, I just want to check. Some people said they were having a hard time seeing the book. Can you guys still see the book?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to flip
Yes,
it
I
now.
can see it now.
Good deal. Now, look. Example 4 is just what we were doing, except for in a line, this is a square. We can put in x squared plus 3x plus 5 in our calculator. Now, the only time you can put this in your calculator is if you have y by itself. But what is f of x? Anybody remember what f of x really is? You guys know.
0?
What is it?
The 0?
It's y. F of x is y. So we're going to put it in. It looks like this. We're not going to put the number in yet. We're just going to graph it. So we're going to go to our y equals. This time, it's x squared. So we're going to hit x right here. You could do the squared thing down here, but I like doing this because you get used to it. And it covers cubes and stuff. Plus 3x. You should practice this. I know I did this in class today, the same lesson you guys are having, kind of. And every student had their calculator, believe it or not. It was a miracle. And I asked them to graph this. Some of them couldn't even do it. They just didn't know how because I kept saying they knew how, but they didn't. But by the end of the day, everybody was happy because they could. Nothing to it. So once you get it in, you hit graph, boom. And this is going to be a parabola. I want to show you something about this parabola. Here's your equation. What is the number in front of x squared? Can anybody tell me?
One.
Man, that's exactly right, Lillian. 1. Now, let me rewrite this. And let me stop for a second here and show you something. No matter what, this is important to know. In your equation here, you had x squared plus 3x plus 5. The number in front of this is 1 and it was positive. That means it's going to hold water. If I change this to a negative in front of it, it will not hold water. It's critical. Now let's just see. Oh, got to do one other thing here. I got to stop this so it won't mess me up. Okay, here we go. Here's our calculator. You should be seeing the calculator now. I'm going to put in the negative. Now, you don't use minus. You want to use this thing right down here, this negative thing. So that's negative. That's the negative button. This is the minus button. This is the negative button. So we have negative x upper arrow squared. I have to push it out in this calculator, plus 3x. Everything else stays the same. And then plus 5. My point is to show you, now it'll graph both of them. The other one will stay. It'll show you that our red graph will be upside down and not hold water. There it is. And it is an exact mirror of it, only on the negative side. Pretty good. Now notice they have the same y-intercept, which was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you weren't sure, you could trace it and hit trace. And it's already on there, 0, 5, boom. It's really cool. Now you can move this tracer all around by just using your arrows here. All right. I mean, that's a real important thing to have in the future because you can tell lots of positions on the graph then. All right. I think I have to go back to this. No, my bad. See if I can do this. I'm still sharing camera. Now you have me up there. Don't hide. Let's get back here. We get back to the book. There we are. All right, now here's the book. Now, in example 4, to solve these problems, they're going to put numbers in the equation. So you can use the same thing. You just put 2 in there. 2 squared is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. That's 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. And so this order pair would be 215. And you can see under A, that's the answer. The y, f of 2, that stands for y, equals 15. That's your x. Now, we graph these. Notice you can graph any one of these you want. Notice the original equation is f of x with 2x. Let's do that. We know f of x is y, so we're going to stop this. Go to our, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go to this. Calculator, boom, there it is. And we're going to go to y equals and clear these out. And we're going to put in the equation 2x. Here's our 2. If you guys can't see this graph stuff sometimes, just tell me, because then that means something went wrong. But we're at 2x. We're going to graph it. It's our red graph. Now, we can morph this. That means we can use this line and move it up or down. Now, the book says they want it just to make it to 2x plus 4. Let's do that. We'll make that our main one. We'll make it our blue one because it'll be the top then. So we're going to put in 2x plus 4. Now, this will be our top graph. Now, you'll see it's blue. There it is. It's up 4 spots. You can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make it below it. You know how we can do that. Easy enough. Does anybody have an idea how we can make it fall below?
Make it a negative?
Yeah. Well, a -4. We're going to do, Jamie, that's a good guess. So we're going to do 2x minus 4. So what this means, this graph is going to be pushed down 4 below the 2x. So you're going to have a red, in the middle, a blue in the top, and a black one on. Maybe we'll give it some color. Let's just do that. We'll just graph it. Here's your black one coming up. There you have it. I should have said, but that's how you move it. Now back to the book. Sharon, I'm still hearing your squeak. Thank you. I still think you got to get rid of that parrot, Sharon.
I wish I could answer you something.
All right. You're good. Now, here's the vertical line test I was telling you about. If it is a function, the vertical line will not go through it. So look, A hits it twice, no function. Yes for B, yes for C, no for D. So really, if I gave you this test now, unless you weren't paying attention, there's no way you could fail it. Can somebody tell me what are the two graphs that you see below that are not functions?
B and D.
Exactly. Who said that?
Marissa.
Well, look, you guys, if you answer, we get out of here faster, and you did right. That's great. Now, this is a graph of HIV. As you know, when the HIV attacks your T cells, it really starts hammering them. But the body fights them. During the course of the first year, it starts to win, and you think, I can beat this. And at the end of the first year, you're actually improving. But the problem is the HIV infection is relentless. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. Now, if you start at the top of this graph and go to where the green button is, in terms of a graph, is that a positive or negative graph? Does anybody know?
Negative.
Not a triple. Yeah, look, you guys, anytime the graph goes up, boom, that's positive. From left to right, boom to here, it's positive. If left to right, it's going like this, it's negative. Now, at the end of this graph that you see, I'm just being medically succinct. What is happening to this person?
They're dying.
They're dying.
His
The T cell, his T cells or she's T cells is going is waning. That means they're getting fewer and fewer of them, which means, you see, the HIV doesn't really kill them. People say they die from HIV, but by around when the infection T cells, the infection fighter T cells get so low, you can die of a common cold, sneeze. And yes, whoever said they're dying is 100% correct. And that's what you're seeing. Now, they want you to read this graph. We answered A, that this is a function, because you could draw a line through it. We know that it's going down. It's a negative function. In mathematical terms, we call this a decaying function. If it's going positive, it would be a growing function. Now B, f of 8. 8 stands for your x, so you go over to 8 and you read up and you can see it's 200. So f8 is 200. and so on. So if we look at 350, 350 is somewhere around, I don't know, 350 is around 6. So we can answer all these questions just by looking at this graph and interpreting it. And you can see 6, because if you look over at 350, remember, every one of these is 200. So 300 is in the middle between 2 and 400, and 350 is really up there, and that's right about where 6 is. Now, the domain and range of a graph. This is on the test, and inevitably, the students don't get it. Now, the domain, look at the graph 2.14. The domain has nothing to do with the y. It's x to x. So the domain is -4 to 2. In integral notation, you can see it includes the -4 and includes the 2. And there you have it. The range is in the green. It starts at 0 and goes to 3. On the test, you're going to get something that looks more, not like any of these, but let's look at B. The domain starts at -3, and it does not include it because it has a donut hole, so it has a parenthesis that goes to 2. You're only reading on the X. Let's look at B and see if that's true. And it is. You can see goes from -3 underneath B in parentheses the domain. Now the range does not start here at the bottom. It starts where the 1 is, and it doesn't have that included because it has a donut hole, and it goes up to 2. So look at the range, parenthesis 1, bracket 2. You should study these, and we'll go over that again on the review. Well, you guys, that's it for tonight. I if I'm looking at my chart right, we're supposed to do 2.1 basics. When we come back on Wednesday the 7th, we'll try to do 2 sections. Are there any questions so far of me? I want to remind you that I have not assigned a homework assignment yet. I probably, what time is it? Let me do you guys a review of the homework assignment. You're going to need your calculator. So what you should do at a minimum is write down what I'm about to share with you. In using your calculator. In your calculator, we're going to go to a special part of it dealing with finance. We're going to be looking for the N, which is going to stand for payments. Lillian, I'm hearing you. Lillian, can you mute that? Could do, or somebody. Interest rate, percent. Lillian, I still think you're up. PV. Payment. Future value, which is great for calculating annuities. And all this stuff you'll be able to do easily once we now this information that you have still have that whistle. Turn that off. Thank you. Sharon, can you mute yours too?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Very good. If you can. So now we're gonna leave this. We're gonna go to the calculator. To do the problems that we want to do, you must use the calculator. You're going to click on this purple button here, Apps. Now, some of you all have much more than this. This computer calculator that I have is the cheapest possible. You're going to hit enter. You're going to go to TVM Money Solver. Hit enter again. You're going to get this chart. Now, you can see you have an N percent PBM, all these things here. Now, N stands for, in your problem, the number of payments. Now, number of payments, if you're making a car payment and you get a loan for a car for 4 years, how many payments are you making? Does anybody know?
$48 payments.
Exactamundo, 48. So I'm going to put this in my calculator right now. Now, the next thing, when you buy a car, and your homework problem is going to be more complicated than this by far. I'm only showing you this as a tool. So you can understand the problem. So if you go to the dealership, they usually have a pretty good deal. Let's say the interest rate is 2.9%. Now, normally 2.9% is understood to be 0.029. But in your calculator, it can already interpret it. It's designed for it. It says percent. So you're going to put 2.9 because that's what it understands. And you arrow down. Now, the present value is what you are buying the vehicle for. So let's say you got a $24,000 vehicle and you traded something in and you got some discounts and you got a percentage off. All that's going to be in your problem. You got to get the right present value. So let's say the present value, that's your loan. It's going to be $17,150. So that goes in there. Now, in order to make this work, we're going to put a 0 for payment because we don't know what that is. And you cannot move unless you have a number there. The future value of a car is not determined. Now, how many payments per year did we say we had? Somebody knows. How many? Yes. Now, just think about it, though. If I buy a car in August, how many payments do I have for the year or for a year? And it's a trick question. The answer is you still have 12 because the year is not based on calendar year. It's based on fiscal year. So if you put 12 in here where it says payments per year, because that's what you're going to have, and you have 48 of them, the calendar year or current year is really based on fiscal year. You don't even need to do anything. If you just arrow down and automatically fill in. Now, we want to know what our payment's going to be. The payment for this is going to be solved by doing alpha, this green button here. When you see that button, you're going to see A there. And then you hit solve, which is right above enter, which is really enter. Now notice the payment is a negative number, -378. Now on the homework, it has a bunch of stuff in it in terms of mathematical precision. I ask you, you can see the number here now. What is the payment for this vehicle based on this condition? What is the monthly payment for this vehicle? Can anybody tell me?
$378.85.
Exactly. Jamie is 100% correct. And notice it's negative. It means it's coming out of your pocket. If you have a positive 378, that means you're getting it. That's how accurate this calculator is. Now, I'm hoping that Hunter's got this on video because your problem is going to require you to do this. And
Dr. Wick, can you go back and show me how you got it to total 378 there?
yes,
I missed
of
that
course.
step, the last step.
Yes. So we'll go back to the calculator. Boom. Let's say we didn't have the payment. It's 0. We haven't calculated it yet. So we're going to put the cursor on the 0 because we want it to, or actually where the payment is. because this is what we're trying to figure out. We're going to go to alpha. That's the screen thing here. You can see a pop up inside there where payment is. And then you hit solve, which is a little green button. This is really because of the word enter. And there it is, minus 378.85. Now on the homework, if you tell me this payment is $378 and not negative, that's not good. If you tell me it's negative 378.00 because you said you rounded, you will be wrong. Because I can assure you, when you buy a vehicle, they're not going to round anything to your benefit. I promise you. Now you might say, oh, I can knock it out and get it out of them. Good luck with that. There's a lot of ways to negotiate, but when you get down to the nut cracking right here, that's like Christmas time. If you don't have, yes.
I'm clicking enter and it's like it's not working.
Did you hit alpha?
Oh, alpha enter. Oh, okay, there we go. Thank you.
So the bottom line is they are going to charge you what they can. They're going to round that penny from 4 to 5 cents. It's going to be expensive in their favor, not in yours. There are other ways to negotiate, but at the very end, when they do the calculation, it is what it is. Are there questions about this program? I wanted you to see it. All right, I'm going to stop that. Go back here. I'm going to do I'm just going to check to see if anybody else has come in that I didn't get. I did not hear from Miss Whitehead, so let me ask you this. Hunter, you still there? Would you mind if I gave her your contact information if she asked? Okay, so I'm going to just go over my list here and see. Is Lexa Fernandez here? Nope. Okay. Gillis and Gillis. Okay. Jordan Guerrero. Angelica. Gabriel. Let's see. Edith. Edith's my teacher. Dylan. Dylan. Benicio. Devionia Robinson. And so now I'll just read everybody I have. Elma Garcia. And if you have a question you can ask, please ask. Otherwise, you can say hasta la vista. Elma?
No, I have no questions.
Good deal. Amanda? How about Angelica?
Amanda has no questions. Thank you. Bye.
I'm here, Professor.
Are you good, Angelica?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Emma? You guys, if you sign off and don't have a great Labor Day weekend. Emma, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Holly?
I'm here. Thank you.
Hunter? Indira?
I'm here. No question. Thank you.
Thank you, Indira. Jamie?
I'm here, no questions. Thank you.
Jennifer? Joshua? Jamie?
I'm here. No questions.
Thank you. Jennifer?
I'm here. No questions. Thank you.
Happy weekend, Labor Day to you all. Lillian?
No questions. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you. Marissa?
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Monica?
No questions. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate you there. Reba,
No questions. Thank you.
Rebecca,
No questions. Have a good weekend. Thank you.
Rosio, Ryan.
I'm here. Have a good weekend. Thank you.
Bye, Rosio. Ryan.
No questions. Thanks.
Happy Labor Day weekend to you, Ryan. Sharon.
I have a question whether today's video was recorded or not.
Pardon me?
Was today's class recorded? No. Okay.
Now, Sharon, he said it what? Sharon, he said it was.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, because I had a kind of a confusion whether I would be successful doing the homework assignment because it's something totally different from what we studied.
I didn't give any homework assignment.
Okay.
The homework that you're seeing is just for practice if you're using my math lab. It's not a requirement, Sharon. The only required homework that I'm going to give you will be in an email, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So, but Tuesday was recorded. Hunter told you that.
Mhm.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Anything else, Sharon?
So how should we do the homework assignments or the discussion board? Is there a particular notification that will be sent for the discussion board and the
I don't require it, Sharon. I don't send on anything on it. I don't require it.
okay.
It's just for you to practice. I will send you out a homework assignment, but it will be an email message, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay,
But
sure.
it won't be for a while, and it will relate to what we just did today.
Okay.
But yeah, that is what I should be clear about, Sharon. I apologize. The homework questions that you see in the text are your keys to success. So I would just go over all the stuff that you have had that you don't get,
Mm-hmm.
and or the ones that we're going to do in the near future, so you can catch up on it. Is that, Sharon? I should have said that.
Okay.
Is that better?
Uh-huh. Sure.
Because there really is homework, but the homework is to deal with just the book. Thank you, Hunter, for straightening me out. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so
And,
much, sir.
and Sharon, if you have any issues, just give us a holler, text us or something, or get a study buddy. You'll be good.
Okay, sure, we'll do that.
Bye, Sharon. Thank you.
Good night.
All right, Hunter.
Have a very
I
good
think
one.
Monica, yeah, and have a good weekend to you. Monica and Reba, are you, any questions? You guys good?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just making sure, hearing all the questions in case but I'm good. Goodbye. I'm sorry.
No. You're welcome to stay on anytime. All right, Hunter, I'm going to sign out. Bye, Sharon. See you guys. Thank you. Same to you again. Bye-bye.
Very good one.